Hi, this is Rick Davis, and I'd like to thank you for watching our show again. The holiday shows will be a little more helpful and show you how to put some extra cash in your pockets.
What do you want me to bring you for Christmas this year?
I would like a scooter that shoots sparks, and I would like a DS, and a football, a basketball, a baseball, some diamond earrings, Xbox 360, a laptop, a go-kart, a ring and a necklace, a motorcycle, golf clubs, a cappuccino machine.
Even Santa needs a little help during the Christmas season. Rick Davis Gold & Diamonds, buying gold all day, every day.
Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold & Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store.
Need some extra spending money for the holidays? With gold at the highest it has ever been during Christmas, there's no easier way to turn your unused gold into quick spending money than Rick Davis Gold & Diamonds.
How does Rick Davis see hundreds of people every day and nobody waits over 15 minutes? It's simply the system. Check in with the Golden Girls first. They divide your jewelry into plastic bins. Next, wait for your number to be called. This may be my favorite part because it is never a long wait and it gives me the opportunity to look around the showroom. Then, when my number is called, I get to see Rick or Jason. Both of them are great. They give me a value on my items and I decide if I want to sell it or not. Of course, I always do because Rick pays the best. Last, I sign out with Miss Norma. She's really a gem. And I'm on my way. I always have a great time with Rick and his friendly staff. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
We'd like to invite you to stop by the store at 5301 Brainerd Road, where we have an incredibly friendly staff, a very educated staff, and we're there to serve you and answer your questions. So please stop by and get to know us a little bit better, because we are your friend in the jewelry business.
I've got and this may be worthless too, but my mother and father years ago got me a set of silverware.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sterling silver. I'll just tell you that it's not. But it's but I know it was very expensive. But it comes in a case, a velveteen case, and all that stuff, a wooden case. I think it's a set of 10.
Service for 10.
Yeah, and I think it's stainless. Is it worth anything? No.
You know, the problem with that becomes you can go to Walmart, Kmart, any of the mall stores and things. You can find a 60-piece place setting of stainless, $59. You know, there's just nothing, and to try to resell stainless, you know, once it's scratched or it's got, you know, it's been used, you know, most people, they won't buy it. Now, they'll buy used sterling because of the value of it. And they'll polish it, and if they can get it cheaper than what it cost originally, they'll buy it and still use it somewhere. But in most cases, it melts for so much that it's nobody's going to pay the kind of melt price.
Look at this, and that's not sterling either. But what is that? That's a weird thing. I've had that for years too.
That is silver plate. Pretty stuff.
It is,
you know.
pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to
But any time you see something on elastic and rubber bands,
I knew that.
they won't put sterling on that.
No, I knew it couldn't have been that. But I was wondering about that if it was, because that's a. I mean, that's pretty too.
Yeah,
But,
nice
you
little
know,
piece.
but- all right, well, thank you so much.
All right, sweetie,
I
sign out with
appreciate
Miss Norma over there, one of my girls.
I will. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
good
you.
Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas to you. Those are pearls in 14 karat. You can do that for a $100 bill. Probably sold for $400 in stores, $4.99.
We have 20. There's Mr. Wolf here. I need to get your
You see him on TV.
size cleaned up over today.
Let's see, there's one for you and one for you. We'll get your business out of the way quick. Where'd them big old diamonds go that was in there?
I don't know.
I bet they're in a pair of earrings somewhere.
My wife just gave me that and said, hey, how about sending it?
Run by and see Rick, yeah. Where you from?
Here, I grew up here.
Chattanooga?
Yeah. You did too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
What high school?
Red Bank, 69.
Went Central.
Did you?
72.
Central, well, yeah, you was the new Central when they moved.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Central. $90.
$90.
90 bucks.
Sounds like a deal to me.
All right.
Good.
You guys aren't waiting on Santa Claus, are you? Huh? You think he's gonna beat to see you this year? I bet he does.
Good kid.
There's 80. 10 is 90.
All right.
And you got your dollar one, each one of you got one? That's kind of a tip from Santa Claus. That's Frosty dollars. Appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas to you. Sign out Miss Norma there for me. How you doing, bro?
Your mama brought these yesterday. She told me you'll give me $10.
What was it? What is that? What all this is?
Yeah. Except these right here.
$35.
35.
Yep. All I do is pile it out there for kids to play in.
But see, you told me yesterday you would give it $10.
Well, that was 10,
All of it.
15, or 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
What about 40?
I ain't even got $35 there. I mean, I wouldn't even bought. If I'd known you had that much, I'd have probably offered you 20 for everything. You know, I just didn't weigh that yesterday. I said 10 bucks.
35.
Yeah. You know, I just doing it to try to help you out, brother. It's a little extra money. It ain't nothing, you know. Take me 3 years to sell that much foreign currency. $35.
Right.
All right, brother. Thank you. Sign out with one of my girls up there. Merry Christmas to you. Break away for a couple of minutes and have a commercial break. But we'd like to invite you to 5301 Brainerd Road. Stop by and see us, ask us some questions, look around, just make yourself at home. We want you to feel comfortable with us at the store as well as on television. So we hope you return more often.
Need some extra spending money for the holidays? With gold at the highest it has ever been during Christmas, there's no easier way to turn your unused gold into quick spending money than Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds.
I know we're not the only one buying gold in this area, but we are the #1 buyer of gold in this area. We want to be your friend in the jewelry business. We want your business. Thank you, and God bless.
Merry Christmas from Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds. In the store, a customer is selling Rick their unused jewelry for some extra cash for the holidays.
I want the kids to have their best Christmas ever. I just need a little extra help to get me through the holidays.
Well, as always, Santa, you come to the right place.
Ho, ho, ho! I knew I could count on you, Rick Davis. During the holiday season, even Santa sometimes needs a little help. Rick Davis, Gold and Diamonds, buying gold all day, every day.
Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store. How does Rick Davis see hundreds of people every day and nobody waits over 15 minutes? It's simply the system. Check in with the Golden Girls first. They divide your jewelry into plastic bins. Next, wait for your number to be called. This may be my favorite part because it is never a long wait and it gives me the opportunity to look around the showroom. Then, when my number is called, I get to see Rick or Jason. Both of them are great. They give me a value on my items and I decide if I want to sell it or not. Of course, I always do because Rick pays the best. Last, I sign out with Miss Norma. She's really a gem, and I'm on my way. I always have a great time with Rick and his friendly staff. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
This is a segment that was pre-recorded from our show on Night Talk. We have inserts and people call in and ask questions, and we try to answer them on the spot. So if you'll view the show tonight, it'll answer some of your questions. If not, feel free to check us out at 5301 Brainerd Road. We're Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, and we're your friend in the jewelry business for over 35 years. Thank you, and God bless.
I had a heart long time ago that I was given, and it was white gold. And I thought that was the ugliest thing I'd ever seen. So I had it dipped in gold. Does that deface it, ruin the value of it?
None whatsoever.
Improve and increase the value?
Doesn't increase it, doesn't decrease it. It is what it is. Give you a good example. A lady was in the store the other day, and her dilemma was she had a half-carat diamond, and it was mounted in white gold. And she said, I can't wear white gold. She said, it doesn't look good on me. I want to take it into yellow gold. I like the style. I want it to be same ring, but I want it in yellow gold. She had been to a store and they wanted $480, $490 to remount her ring in yellow gold. And I asked her, I said, is that really what you what you want to do? And she said, well, I'm not sure.
She didn't know.
And I said, really? And she said, well, I don't know. I kind of like it in white, but I really want it in yellow, I think. And I said, ma'am, first of all, instead of spending $400 to do it, I can probably do it for $200. And that's us casting the ring and setting the stones ourselves and look just like her ring, do a duplication. And she said, well, now that sounds reasonable. And I said, and here's the thing that most people won't tell you. I said, we can take this ring and you want it yellow. It's white now. The base metal of it's white. We can take this ring and buff it and polish it, put it in ultrasonic and clean it real good. We can yellow gold plate it in 14 karat yellow gold, and it will be as yellow gold as any ring you've ever seen. Beautiful polish, finish. It'll last a year, 6 months to a year.
So that's what you did. You dipped it. So
$12. And she said, you're kidding. I said, ma'am, for $12, you've got your yellow ring. It'll last a year. If it comes off and you're really rough on it, come back and we'll redo it again for $12. Or if you decide that's not what you like, come back, we'll buff all the yellow off of it, and you've got a brand new white ring that's exactly what you had to start with without blowing $200 and $300. Well, I didn't know you could do that. And I said, no, and nobody's going to tell you that. I mean, why would they, if they're wanting to sell you a $400 ring, why would they tell you that $12 will fix your problem?
They won't.
Well, they're not going to tell you that. They want to sell you that big ring. Oh, very hard to do. You know, we've got the work back there in the back, and we can do it, but it's $480. You know, so she was tickled. She loves us, and she'll be a customer as long as we're there.
Sure she will.
You know.
So also, some jewelry stores advertise they have this is gold. They don't tell you it's 14 karat, 10 karat, or what's the other, 22?
Well, they usually say if somebody's trying not to be, and of course we've got so many different carats of things, if they advertise generally, and they're not trying to be shady with it, I mean, there's a lot of fine jewelry stores around. But if they're advertising a gold sale, they'll say, you know, all of our gold items are on sale, 40% off, 60% off, whatever. And that's just because they don't want to narrow it down to whether it's 10 or 14. Right. So it's just the personal preference of what somebody has, you know, what they want. I've got people that won't wear anything but 10 karat because it's so hard, so durable. And I've got other people that think 14 karat hung the moon and they won't wear it. You know, it's got to be 14 or they won't put it on.
So if then we bring it to you to sell you, and it's 10 karat, and it's 14 karat, what's going to be the difference? The weight of it?
The weight of it's going to be the same. The purity is what the money's based on.
Yeah.
And 10 karat gold is 41.7% pure. So we get 41% of the market for the weight. 14 karat is 58.5, 58.5% of the market. So that's where your difference comes in. That's the only difference there is in it. Gold is gold is gold.
And 22 karat is?
22 karat is 9.17, 91.7% pure.
So it's the highest?
No, 24 karat's the highest.
Oh,
That's
okay.
999. That's 1/1000th of something other than gold.
You get a lot of 24 karat?
Today we bought 3 pieces of 24 karat. You don't see it much. I mean, this is not in the United States.
Is there a time, an era when 24 karat, let's just say,
Overseas, foreign countries.
foreign countries?
A lot of it's came out of the Iraq and Iran. A lot of it's India. The lady come in today, she brought some pieces in that was marked 999, 24 karat bracelet. Of course, one of your stories, she bought this as a necklace on a doll, Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Had a little necklace on it that some lady had put it on there. She bought it at an antique auction for like $20. And she brought it in and sold it today for, I believe the number was $840.
Oh,
Just
my
a
goodness.
very little, but it was 24 karat gold. And you know, somebody hung it on there 10, 15 years ago.
Put it down there to decorate
Didn't know,
it?
yeah, decorating up the doll, and you know, maybe it's a way of hiding their money, or I just thought, well, I'll throw it on this doll, or maybe she was trying to make the doll cute. Didn't realize what she had. Could have been years, and the gold was worth $200-300, and she didn't think nothing about it. But today's market was $840, and that's where she had bought the doll for $10 or $20. I don't remember what it was. Sold it quick.
Well, I've often heard you say too that if you've got, say, vintage jewelry or some jewelry, let's just say you've got pearls and a clasp on the pearl, could be gold, could be silver,
Could be nothing.
could be nothing.
I looked through probably 15 strands of pearls today, trying to help a lady find some. And we had probably half and half, 10 karat. Some was 10 karat, some was 14 karat, some was silver plate, some was gold filled, some was cultured pearls, some was not, some was freshwater pearls, some was knotted, you know, knotted in between each pearl. Some wasn't, just strung and, you know, tight and knotted off at the end, and the hardware put on it. And pearls, there's nothing that we can't put a set of pearls, a strand of pearls, on a scale and say this is worth $171. It doesn't work that way.
So how do you determine?
Pearls is by quality, creamy pink luster. That's the most popular. On into the black pearls and genuine black and not dyed and that kind of thing. But pearls, you can buy a strand of pearls this long from China for and this is imports, for somewhere around $100. Put your hardware on any length you want, make an added bracelet to go with it, bracelet and necklace set, and get out for probably $125, $150 cost. And then they mark it 4 or 5 times and lay it out in their showcase at $600 and $700. So that's the big markup on lower quality pearls. Then you run into there's been a strand of pearls sold in this city, and I believe the number was $240,000. I couldn't believe it. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, a $240,000 strand of pearls. But the way it worked out is the hardware on it was worth like $30,000 of diamonds and jewels. And then they had a guaranteed buyback from the manufacturer of $150,000. So they didn't have a lot of exposure if they ever wanted to resell it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a guesswork. They knew they could go back to who made it to start with, and they'd get all their money back, but $25,000, $30,000. So, you know, if you've got a, that's like an insurance policy. If you've got something that insures, it guarantees you to get this much back anytime you need it.
Right.
There's no fear to buy it. That's why we say buy gold at what it's worth, and not what you think it's worth. Because if you buy it at worth, any day you want to. I sell people rings a lot of times. And I'll say to them, look, there's $150 worth of gold here. You can have it for $200. But anytime you want to walk back in here and sell it back to me, if you want to get your money back out of it quick, walk back in. I'll give you the $150. That's what it's worth. That's the melt. The only exposure they've got is the $50. So it's not like they're gambling $200. Right. And it makes them feel a lot more secure about it. They feel comfortable with it. And they really don't. It's like a little insurance policy.
But you know, when people are shopping, getting ready for a gift, some of the things he's telling you tonight you need to be aware of, because you need to be aware of the worth of it and who you're dealing with. I think that's important.
Well, it is. But, you know, the main thing, and the only thing that we can say is, you know, like I said, there's fine jewelry stores in the city that'll tell you exactly, but you have to know what to ask, you know. How much is the gold worth in it? What size diamond is that? Is it a full half carat, or is it almost a half carat? Is that carat ring that you're saying is so beautiful, is that 7 stones that make up a carat, or is it 1 diamond that makes up a carat?
That's important too.
What makes it worth $2,000? Right. And you know, I enjoy, and I've said this before, but I enjoy explaining the mathematics of what makes jewelry work to people. I mean, you know, it's the same thing whether it be a $10,000 piece or a $20 piece. It's the same gold weight, diamond wholesale, labor, profit, rent, advertising, and final cost. And I enjoy explaining that to somebody so they know what they're getting. Most of the stores that you go into, they don't. First of all, the staff is not able to.
Right.
They're grabbing some people that's from, you know, they've got a little training or they know a little something about it.
Yeah.
But basically, there's the price, sell it. Get out on that floor and sell it. We're running all this advertising to get people in here. Your job is to sell it. And all we're trying to do is make the people aware that it's not that simple. I mean, you know, I hear people every day that has been burnt up. I mean, when I say burn up, I'm talking about, imagine paying $2,000 for something, and then January's not very good, and you look up, and that's the only thing new that you've got that's got any value to it, you think, and being told it's worth $300. You know.
And that's going to happen.
Oh
too.
yeah, but you're absolutely crushed. And there's one of 2 things that happen is, you know, you look at me, if I'm sitting there telling you, you know, hey, your ring's worth $2,000. Well, you're crazy, Rick Davis. I gave $2,000 for that up there at the mall. You're nuts. You're trying to steal my ring. Well, gee, let me explain
That's exactly
this to
what
you.
they think,
Sure
though.
they do, but I mean, I don't want nobody ever thinking that, and I won't buy it based on that. Let me show you what this is. Let me show you the math. Let me show you what it weighs. Let me show you what the diamonds are worth. Let me show you how much labor is involved in this. Let me show you how much stone setting, how much casting charges in it, how much profit they made off of you. And when you go through all those numbers and say, now here's where it started, here's where you ended up, and you tell me, is it worth this or this? What's it worth? Oh, I see.
Uh-huh.
Well, then once they understand it, but then it's too late. You know, that's where we go, look, instead of $300 and you just gave $2,000 for it, run it on eBay. Ask for $1,000, and hopefully you'll find somebody that likes it as much as you did.
And more than likely, they financed it.
Oh, that's the real
And then the interest
one.
on top of that, because they couldn't pay for it at one of the
There was a
jewelry stores
store
at
at our mall here in town. This was Thursday. Cute little couple. They'd went up there and they bought a necklace with a little diamond in it. And they'd paid $300 for it. And they put it on their charge card. Well, they come down to the store to have it shortened. The store sent them to me. Said, go to Rick Davis and have it shortened. They come in there, and in looking at it, we couldn't shorten it and not burn the rhodium off of it. This was a sterling silver necklace with a 3-point diamond in it, worth $10, $11. All it's worth.
The whole thing.
The whole necklace. The diamond's worth $9, the necklace is worth $2, and let's throw a little labor in there. So that's $11. Let's say there's $5 worth of labor. That's $15. They charged these kids $300 for this little diamond. Guaranteed it to be a real diamond, but didn't guarantee it to be gold. Just said it's pretty, it's white, you know. Well, I broke the news to them. I mean, I had to tell them exactly what it was. And I told them, I said, look, and we just bought it. I said, look, go back, take your credit card, tell them you've decided that you just can't afford this right here at Christmas. You want to store credit and try to get your money back. Well, they went up there and they talked to the people, and they wouldn't do anything. And they called me, the little girl called me, and she was almost in tears. And she said, what can I do? Is there anything I can? I said, well, the only thing you can really do is on a credit card, as I understand it, if you are not happy with something, you can call the issuing bank of the credit card and tell them you just got something you don't want. They will force the card, the company that honored their card, to take that off your account. And I said, well, go back in there and try that. Just threaten and see if it'll do you any good at all. She called me back in about 30 minutes and thanked me, and they had given her a partial refund. But because these kids just didn't know what they was doing, they only give them $220 back. They kept $80 of their money for a $20 piece of jewelry that they charged them $300 for, and called it a restocking fee.
What do you want me to bring you for Christmas this year?
I would like a scooter that shoots sparks, and I would like a DS, and a football, a basketball, a baseball, some diamond earrings, Xbox 360, a laptop, a go-kart, a ring and a necklace, a motorcycle, golf clubs, a cappuccino machine.
Even Santa needs a little help during the Christmas season. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, buying gold all day, every day.
Hi, this is Rick again, and we just want to thank you for tuning in and watching our show. We hope it's informative. We hope you've had a little fun along the way, and we hope you enjoy yourself. We try to make it as informative as we can, and we hope you tune in more often. Thanks for watching. God bless.